Sister Wives Kody Brown jealous of Janelle's boyfriend. Sister Wives star Kody Brown is struggling watching Cristin Brown Woolley moving on with David Woolley. But it seems to be a common trait for him. He can't stand to see Janelle Brown with another man. It brings out his true jealousy. Kody Brown doesn't like seeing his women with other men. In the latest episode of Sister Wives, Kody Brown met Cristin Brown Woolley's boyfriend at the time, David Woolley. Seemingly, he was jealous about the way Cristin hung off of David's shoulder. Likewise, he was enraged that David spent so much time focusing on his wife, Robin Brown. Furthermore, he was sizing David up as he spoke about adoring his grandkids and being comfortable with his experience of raising 8 kids. Undoubtedly, it will be hard for Kody to see Cristin after the proposal. But fans find it funny when Kody shows his jealousy over Janelle Brown's boyfriend. Kody Brown jealous of Janelle's boyfriend. On Reddit, Sister Wives fans can't help but laugh at how jealous Kody Brown gets when Janelle Brown shows up with another man. First, a user says, Kody jealous of Janelle's boyfriend in the Nindies. Then, they post a picture of a segment from their book and give some background information. They add, this passage from the Becoming Sister Wives book always makes me laugh so hard. For context, Mary/Kody have been married for a while. Janelle has been divorced and dating LDS men for a while, and Kody's been making sure to keep Janelle in their orbit without telling anyone he wants to marry her. Tian invited Janelle to visit them in their new place in another state, and she brought her boyfriend with her. Kody was very bothered by this. Another viewer adds, Grody, let me help you out. That feeling is called jealousy. It had nothing to do with spirituality and intellectual compatibility. ETA, that 17-year-old girl must dance every day thinking about the bullet she dodged. Fans add their thoughts. After the original post, several other Sister Wives fans added their thoughts about Kody Brown being jealous of Janelle Brown bringing a boyfriend. He has said so many times he never loved them, this proves the lie. Imagine being so insecure with yourself that you need to lie about loving someone. Funny how his revelations were timed with wanting to bang another woman. He and Janelle both admitted they had a very physical relationship. She even called it FWB as latest Flagstaff. For guys like Kody from certain religious groups and cults, it's quite obvious that when they describe spiritual awareness, they're talking about lust. They only seem to have these kind of feelings when they want to be with a woman. Did anyone catch when Cristin told Janelle she and Kody weren't intimate and Janelle was basically like, oh, we don't have the problem? The way she said it made me feel like Janelle and Kody are super freaky together. Others think Kody Brown's lies are incredible. Many Sister Wives fans see that Kody Brown is an incredible liar with everything he spins. However, he's not a good one. Undoubtedly, he frequently tries to rewrite history even though there are plenty of sources to disprove him. Wait a minute. Didn't he say Janelle and Cristin were begging to be in his family and came to him panting like dogs? Pick a lie, Kody. It's easier to remember one than multiple. He can make literally anything about him. The mental gymnastics it takes to envision yourself as the center of everyone's universe is incredible. Right? Kody can only view Janelle dating someone else as being completely about him. Imagine Kody Brown feeling like you're his intellectual equal. That's like saying you're as bright as the dimmest bulb on a string of Christmas lights. How insulting. Reading the book really opened my eyes to how much Kody has deluded himself into thinking he never cared about his other wives. Each wife, except Cristin apparently, was someone he actively wanted. Kody Brown sat in his oversized leather recliner, the self-proclaimed throne of his sparsely populated living room. His arms were crossed tightly over his chest, his jaw clenched as he stared at his phone. On the screen, a photo gleamed, a seemingly innocuous snapshot of Janelle and a man he'd never seen before. The caption read, "A wonderful day exploring with this guy. #happiness, #new beginnings." The man had a rugged charm, salt and pepper beard, kind eyes, and a confident stance that radiated warmth. Warmth Kody once thought Janelle reserved only for him. A fire burned in his chest, a sensation he didn't like to label as jealousy but couldn't deny. Who's he? Kody grumbled aloud, his voice tinged with bitterness. The room, devoid of its usual chaos, offered no reply. His mind, however, was racing. Janelle had always been steady, practical, and dependable. She wasn't supposed to gallivant with mysterious men, smiling as if she had no worries. That was Kody's job, to be the center of her universe, even if she wasn't always at the forefront of his. Meanwhile, Janelle was experiencing an entirely different emotion: freedom. Standing on a scenic overlook, the crisp autumn wind tousled her hair as she turned to David, her new boyfriend. He handed her a thermos of hot cocoa, his face breaking into an easy smile. "You look happy," he said softly. "I am," Janelle admitted, her voice carrying a lightness she hadn't heard in years. For so long, her happiness had been tethered to a family structure that no longer worked. Now with David, she felt seen and cherished, not like one piece of a sprawling puzzle, but as an individual. Back in Flagstaff, Kody wasn't coping well. His frustration boiled over during a conversation with Robin, who, as usual, was the most sympathetic ear he could find. "I just don't get it," Kody fumed, pacing the living room. "After everything I've done for this family, she decides now to move on. With him?" Robin tilted her head, choosing her words carefully. "Maybe Janelle just wants to be happy. She's been distant for a while." "Distant?" Kody snapped. "She's been ungrateful. I've bent over backward to make this work, and she throws it in my face by flaunting some random guy." Robin's lips pursed, but she said nothing. Inwardly, she wondered if Kody realized how much of Janelle's so-called distance was a response to his choices. But voicing that would only fuel his anger, and she wasn't in the mood for another fight. Later that week, Janelle and David attended a local farmer's market. Their laughter was easy, their connection obvious to anyone watching. Cristin, ever the cheerleader for her friend's happiness, spotted them from a distance and couldn't help but grin. "Good for her," Cristin muttered under her breath. She remembered all too well what it felt like to break free from Kody's shadow. Janelle deserved this fresh start. But word of their public outing quickly reached Kody. "She's parading him around like a prize," he ranted during a family meeting, his voice shaking with indignation. "Does she think this won't affect our kids, our family?" Cristin rolled her eyes. "You're one to talk about grading relationships," she shot back, her tone cutting. "Maybe if you'd spent half as much energy on your marriages as you do on being outraged, Janelle wouldn't have felt the need to move on." Kody glared at her, but the room was silent. Even Robin, usually his staunchest defender, looked uncomfortable. The following weekend, Kody decided to confront Janelle directly. He showed up unannounced at her new rental, the place she'd found after leaving the family home. David's truck was parked outside, its presence a red flag waving in Kody's face. When Janelle opened the door, her expression shifted from surprise to exasperation. "Kody," she said, crossing her arms, "what are you doing here?" "We need to talk," he said, pushing past her into the house. The warmth of the living room, with its cozy throw blankets and scented candles, stood in stark contrast to his frosty demeanor. David was nowhere to be seen, but Kody's radar was on high alert. "Go ahead," Janelle said, her tone cool. "Who is he?" Kody demanded, skipping any pretense of pleasantries. "This guy you're spending all your time with. What's his deal?" Janelle let out a frustrated sigh. "His name is David. He's a kind, caring man who treats me with respect, something I've realized I deserve. And you think it's okay to just replace me? To bring some stranger into our family's lives? I didn't replace you, Kody. You made it clear a long time ago where I stood in your priorities. I've waited for years, hoping things would change, but they didn't. So yes, I've moved on." Her words hit Kody like a punch to the gut, but he refused to show it. "You're being selfish, Janelle. This affects everyone, not just you." "Funny," Janelle said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "That's exactly what I used to tell you."